Hey everybody, it's Chance here with yet another episode of Pathologic. Um, we took a little break after we finished the Bachelor route, um, and so now we're gonna get right back into it with Haruspex route. Um, what happened last time essentially is we finished the game. We finished the Bachelor route and destroyed the town and leaving the polyhedron. Um, and all that fun stuff. We are gonna start the Haruspex route with the knowledge of knowing of that. And again, I'm not sure if this is knowledge that the Haruspex ever knows, um, but this story is a game between children who have been at a funeral for the past 10, 12 days. Um, which kind of explains why it's so miserable. There's no evidence supporting this, but I like to think that like the people that show up in the game on like the bound are like just like faces and people or like attitudes that they ran into at this funeral. Um, it's just a really interesting view of grief in that lens because it's like when you're a child you do recognize to a certain extent that there is grief happening, but at the same time you're a child, right? You didn't know the people who died as long as you have and all of that stuff, and in some cases they're faceless to you, right? Like if a figure like Simon or Isidore has died, someone who we're outsiders to the town, um, like there is a feeling of grief because everyone else around you is grieving, your family is grieving, your parents, it's clearly affecting them negatively. There's all the different stages of grief that you go through. But at the same time, it's like you've never had a relationship with that person. So it kind of leaves you in this weird position where it's like a great figure has died, someone who's really important to people around me. I don't know who that is. Right, and maybe these kids did do, but I don't think that specific information is necessary to kind of understanding or interpreting it in that kind of lens either. Um, we're now gonna go into the Parspecs route, and we'll see what happens. Um, let's just get right into it. If I could properly do things. Okay, cool. All right, new game.
So, it's all about trickery to you? Wherever have you come from?
No, no. I detest trickery. But if we ourselves are to suffer deception, our hands are no longer tied. Where are we?
Well, the muscular contraction is there. Means you're already inside of him. This must be one of the ventricles, right here.
What a silly place. It's stuffed. So it's not real for now? I don't think it has started yet.
Does it matter what it's made of? It's definitely struggling. We need to perform sectio transversalis. Cut the wall. There's no other way out. What else is there to do?
I know what to do. Those who favor hard logic and direct action are bound to be misguided. Only a miracle can set us free without us having to destroy something. And I can do miracles. Just let me.
Will you please be quiet? You're a liar and a thief. Who is going to believe you when you keep lying to yourself? The truth is my shepherd. Whatever happens, I will find answers, and justice will be restored. I will perform the operation. Medica morbo adhibe.
Don't you go all bossy on me, clever clogs. You will act justly, but your justice will blind you and become his demise. This calls for the gentle hand of a surgeon. Step aside, both of you.
Your gentle hands are used to killing, not giving life. You will inevitably do harm. As for Brainy, he has no regard for casualties at all. Neither of you knows compassion.
Yes, it seems unlikely that we'll get along well, but there's only one truth.
Any choice is right as long as it's willed. That's the truth of the matter.
Only the heart will show you the right choice. Stop thinking about yourselves. Think of the sick. He's in pain. I can't see it yet, but I can feel it.
It's not even a trap. It's a grave. Subipsum funis sumus. Can't say I hold a soft spot for it.
I can see that. You're full of hate. Stuffed or not, it's breathing. I can hear it. It can be healed rather than killed.
You mean you won't become a killer? But you will. Mark my word, that's exactly what will happen. But I can avoid it.
No, we won't ever get along. I suggest we be on our way. The sooner the better.
Off we go then?
Let's go. The clock is ticking.
I am going to watch that every time. I love that opening. I like going on YouTube and listening to the original Russian one. Alright. So, we've done this guy. Check! Asshole. Honk. Sorry. And we have unlocked Clara here. Let's just read her description since we weren't able to do so before. Changeling. Clara had a dream. A foggy morning, having passed a wicket gate, she is now dawdling somewhere. Piles of dry leaves rustling in her wake. A familiar voice calls out to her. She lifts her eyes and sees her own twin sister point at an old man convulsing and weeping in unbearable agony. Clara darts for the man to save him with her healing touch, but so does her sister. The girls exchange confused glances. This is the story of a thief girl who has chosen her own past, ceased to be the instrument of blind fate, and refashioned herself into a free miracle worker. Of course, we're not doing her next. We're doing our good friend Artemi Burak, Haruspex. How do they call upon the Menkyu, the faithful of a warden kin? Known by their hands, for they are butchers. Known by their eyes, for they are surgeons. They who follow the lines. They who are the leaders of the kin. They who speak to Udugs. They who know the secret art of Haruspex. What is a Haruspex? Reading the future in the entrails, he knows that a body bears semblance to the universe. His scalpel follows the lines of the body. His steps follow the lines of his kin's fortune. A Haruspex that can tell a true line from a false one is entrusted with power. A Haruspex who is confused by his path gets buried into the deep, black flesh of the earth. This is the story of a person who has avoided the contradiction, eager to rip a doomed life apart, masterfully fulfilling his true purpose in the process.
Artemi Burak is coming back to his hometown after an absence of 10 years. Born to a family endowed with a caste right to cut living beings open, he was preparing himself for this line of work since childhood. Artemi's father, Isidor Burak, a wise man and philosopher well respected by the locals, had admitted to the limits of traditional knowledge and sent his son off to study modern medicine in the academy. Artemi has been travelling from town to town, learning theoretical and practical surgery for several years now. Suddenly, a mysterious letter appears with his father giving him notice of his impending demise and begging Artemi to return and accept succession. Unwilling to wait for a regular freight train, Artemi follows the rails through the steppe until he's caught up with by a small shunt locomotive. This is how young Haruspex arrives in the town.
From this point forward, I am the eldest member of the Barak family, a Menkyu. I am the heir to my father, Isidore Barak, a warden of the kin, the supreme Menkyu of many years. The inheritance of my father will nourish my mind and my body alike. It is a question of life and death for me to claim it, for it will imbue my dissolute existence with reason. I am one of the Menkyu, those who know the lines, those who open up the body, those who link the earthly to the upper earth. The duty of the Menkyu is to serve the children of Bodho, to interpret coincidence, to point out decisions informed by wisdom. The very reason of my existence is to carry out this duty. Who will I become if I fail to bind my destiny with my father's calling? Day 1, in which the Haruspex turns from a rightful heir to a dangerous criminal. Let's read the letter. Letter concerning the inheritance. Artemi, my son, I am at my deathbed. Before I die, I need to speak with you in regards to your future, and to pass on whatever meager property I have. I must warn you that I have to participate in a mysterious and, my experience suggests, unfortunate events. I took an enormous responsibility upon myself. I am no longer my own master. Therefore, if you choose to reject my inheritance with what obligations it entails, I will understand your choice and will not begrudge you for that. I don't have much time left. Please make haste. I want to see you one last time. What a pity I did not spend more time with you while I still could. Your loving father, Isidore Barak. P.S. If you don't make it while I am still alive, go straight to Vlad Oglemitsky. He will accommodate you and inform you of my latest affairs in as much detail as he is able to. Alright. As always, this game looks incredible. Those opening sequences are so good. It's also really interesting because while Dankovsky's opening sequence, like, it's basically kind of focusing on our main three families. Well, this one, it's like there aren't any bound characters. Just the NPCs of the world. So, okay, I can't. I can. A knife, some money, organs, liver, human liver. Extracting organs from a human body is seen as horrible blasphemy in the local tribe community. Only the Menkyu are allowed to do this because they have an ancestral right to cut living bodies. However, some gatherers and also the hunchback from the Atrium district would be able to trade for something this rare. We're just gonna take everything. My reputation's already ass. I'm just gonna take everything. Yippee! Alright. Welcome to your hometown, Warden. It's been a long time since you've been here. You probably don't even remember the spicy odor of Twilight in the air. Yeah. Do you know why you were attacked? No. You've been mistaken for another person. They're looking for a murderer. A very important and well-respected man was killed last night. The townsfolk loved the deceased more fervently than some children love their fathers. Don't be too hard on them for their outburst. Should I also feel sorry for them? Apologize, perhaps? They are naive. In towns like this, reputation is everything. Books are judged for their covers here, even after the last page is turned. No one is going to examine you in detail. A minor rumor here or gossip there, and you're a public enemy already. You've got zero reputation. The only option available to you is living with the consequences of this. What should I do? Restore your reputation. Do that now, and at any other time it becomes too low. People are foolish and weak. One day you're beaten to a pulp and laughed at. The next you're worshipped. As for the third day, well, I think you've caught my drift. What I'm saying is, any misdeed can be atoned for, and you'll be loved just as fervently as you were hated. How do I restore my reputation? Do good deeds. The town is small, the rumors spread like fire, growing hundredfold in the process. And they're spread by children, too, so your reputation will be restored. Just don't be wasteful with it. It's fragile. What makes it low? The decrease of your reputation depends first and foremost on the number of living beings you've made less than living. It also depends on how you influence the people whose fates are bound to yours. You'll meet those special people. They're called bound sometimes. A silly custom, but a useful one. Special people. 30 or so, each of them possessing their own unique traits. All of them hate one another. All of them are habitual liars. All of them deserve to live. Yet some of them are incompatible. Someone has to die so that another may live. And you know what that means. How will I recognize these people? That's not hard. Their striking personalities, locally famous, even though not all of them are of noble descent. Beggars, outcasts, little children even. Bound to be a little closer to perfection than the common crowd. I see. Thanks for the advice. You know what? They're all disgusting. You know what? They're all disgusting. Don't sweat doing too much for them. Think about yourself. You think about yourself. Asshole. It's interesting how there are two executors this time, because before we had a tradition. Tragedian? Whatever. Now we have two executors. So, Barak, you're almost dead. You got a few more minutes to live. I'm here to solemnly announce that. Not much can be done on such short notice. You've been hit on the head several times, and the locals have heavy fists. Not sure you've noticed already, but you've got 4 stab wounds, one of them seeming rather grievous, massive blood loss too, and the local climate does not allow for too much strain. Any heart conditions? Aren't you a funny guy? He has a concussion. Well, your health is in a sorry state. Am I wrong to suspect you haven't eaten for a couple days and had no sleep last night? Your expression betrays you. Your hunger and exhaustion are also critical. I wonder which of these unfortunate afflictions will become the end of you first. So, what's your plan? What would you recommend? You'll need a first aid kit to restore your health, or at least some bandages or tourniquets. They'd stop the bleeding. Painkillers will help it even go further. Where do I get them? You can mug the passers-by or barter with them. Children will gladly trade most valuable things in exchange for what others consider junk. Moreover, our drunkards usually have bandages on them. When you're a drunk, it makes sense to always be prepared for a fight. When they're hungover, however, they'd sell their own sister for a bottle of water. Water is scarce here. Where do I get water? There's often some left in the water barrels. Enough to fill an empty bottle if you have one. Go on. You're also very hungry, aren't you? Very hungry. You don't have to mug people to sate your hunger. Food can be found in shops, though your reputation would preclude you from enjoying their hospitality. On the other hand, a whole warehouse of meat was robbed yesterday, when it was unlocked for shipping procedures. How do I find it? It's unlocked and unguarded. You won't miss it. The warehouses are within a stone's throw from here. They also serve as a lovely shelter for the odds at the law crowd, by the way. You've got that in common, so they'll likely welcome you. Will you make it to the warehouses? To be honest, I'm dreadfully tired. If any of the noble townsfolk trust you enough, you can always sleep at their place. Just remember, you are an outlaw for now. The only person who believes you is Vlad Oglomitsky. I'll show you where he lives. You can get some sleep at his mansion. Don't forget to apply bandages before that. Unless dying in your sleep is the career opportunity of your choice, that is. Thank you. Be careful. Dodge strangers. They're afraid of you now and will attack you in a heartbeat. Don't trust anyone. Speak to my fellow executor. He wanted to have a word with you too. Okay. This is the lump, the Oglomitsky's manor. It's the home of Big Vlad, whom my father talked about in his letter. At least it was, 10 years ago. Go! There are quite a few glorious deeds waiting to be performed. Go to hell! Okay. Alright. Alright, let's equip this knife. Will this do anything blow softening? A little bit. Well, so let's put that on. I'm gonna use those 2 tourniquets to at least get myself up a little bit. Ooh. Alright. Alrighty, so we're already obviously starting off on the bad foot here. We don't have any adherence yet, but... Oh, so there were like 4 in the cutscene, but there were only 2 there. Ah, and here we are at Notkin's cave. Alright. Hello.
Murderer. Murderer, they say. Damn. No one can kill Simon Kine. No way.
A new face in our small society. A fighter? A doctor. A doctor? Geez, we got a doctor already. Quite unexpectedly, too. You hadn't had one like me.
They screwed my foot up. I can't walk on my own now.
You're not one of Grief's men, are you? Who is this Grief? Bad Grief is the kingpin of the criminal world. He is a lair in the northern warehouses, where he trades in weapons, twiring, and other nastiness. Every murderer and criminal has a connection to him one way or another. That's the way it goes here, and that's why I'm asking you again. Were you on your way to him or not? Do I look like a criminal to you? Some people came running through the warehouses a few minutes ago. They told everybody about a horrible killer. The whole town's apparently out to get him. Get him. Escaped by train. Got ambushed, killed everybody, and was now coming back here. And so I'm thinking, were they perhaps talking about you? It was a misunderstanding. I came from far away and got attacked. Okay then. You do look like you've been through a lot. We'd like to help you, but we've been robbed too. And as bad luck would have it, it's the medicine that's been snatched. Leica, that bastard. He's a traitor, a thief, a thug, and a prick. Who are you talking about? Leica. The name fits. The prick's a bachelor, natural-born bootlicker. Can't even figure out who he sold us out to. The thieves or the dogheads. He's stolen the most precious thing from us. From his mates. The bastard. And on top of that, he's done it right when a war's about to start. A war? A war with the dogheads. That stinking bastard, that heartless, soulless little rat. Stole the most precious thing we owned, murdered a friend, and ran over to the enemy's side. We used to think he was one of us. Was he pretending all along? He deserves to die, to be killed. What precious thing? A very important medicine. A schmauder. They're very rare since they're handmade. The recipe is unknown. There are different ones. Some will cure you, others will kill you. We had the last one to use as a sample to learn which one helps by their taste. They all look the same. What does it cure? There used to be a horrible disease here. Came out of nowhere, disappeared later. Gives me the creeps when I remember it. It was horrible, spreading like wildfire. It's a miracle we stopped it. Well, we kept the schmauder afterwards because we remembered what it was like. And he stole it, leaving us to die, the stinking prick. So where is this guy now? He's probably with his thieving buddies. At first he hid in the steppe, and then he just vanished. Probably took a roundabout to evade us. We lost him near the barrow, and then we had to run away because the thieves appeared all of a sudden. If you find this bastard, do cut him into pieces, please. You mean kill him? Yes, the bastard doesn't deserve to live anymore. I'll give you my revolver as a gift then. One thing, though. If he's with a dog, don't touch it. One must never hurt dogs. Alright, I'll have a chat with him if I find him. The honest Notkin is claiming that some doghead is hiding here. Rumor has it that he's a liar, and he's a traitor and a thief. The filthy toad and the waifs. The homeless boy, Notkin, who leaves the soul in a half skein, has beseeched me to find the doghead renegade in the steppe. Behind the good nature of his face, I know that he wants the traitor dead. He will regret his cruelty soon enough.
How do I fix my legs?
Oh, did someone break your legs, man? I wouldn't imagine we'd find such a rat among us in the eve of war. Don't you worry. Alright. Let's make our first quick save. Alright. So there's apparently a warehouse with food in it. We'll see if we can find that. And then... we already know Ruben's pissed off at us, so don't go to him. Bad Grief will probably talk to us, because he doesn't care. He doesn't give a shit. We could also just go to Olgomitsuki to start getting that ball rolling, so let's just... okay. So... the problem is that we will... I was literally about to say we'll get chased by anyone who sees us, and cruel, cruel beginnings. Okay, let's run. I bet we can go into Bad Griefs. Let's run into there just to despawn this guy. Oh, that guy's almost fallen over. Wish I could help you, but I'm running. I'm in fear every day of my life. Oh boy.
The city boy grabbed too much power for his own good. This ain't gonna end well.
You look like a man not to be pricked on, don't ya? We'll do some rooking and some swindling here and there, we will, but let's not be enemies. Thieving is more honorable than killing anyway, if you ask me. You must hold a different opinion, though, huh? Who are you? Ain't they been telling you about good old Bad Grief? The kingpin and the king of thieves, the stockman-in-chief, the smuggling master? Well, robberins are here there, too. No, they haven't. Well, that's me. Welcome to our lair. We're up to some smuggling, we are, so everything that's prohibited, you can find here in great supply. You be careful though, big man. Buying our stuff off of us harms you in a way. If anyone finds out, they won't trust you anymore. That doesn't matter in my case.
Feels like my stitches are popping.
You, I know who you are. Not like I have a choice. A line of trade like this, a man doesn't have a right to miss out on anything fundamental. Some turmoil that was, huh? Those who got away from you ran past us, you see. Asked me if you were one of our lot. Nope, I said, so they warned me you'd come. They'd warn those who greet them at the next pit stop, too. Damn mess. They mistook me for someone else. Oh, don't you fuss. You got yourself into town from the right side. Scum and villains here, villains and scum. Shady folk living by the warehouses since the world began. Us lot, we are used to them murdering, robbering, muggering, killerin, and the like. So your gang's not the only one here? If only. One heart bomb there is, one and only, is we're the strongest. Officially, we ain't no thieves, but rather humble storekeepers. But there is new blood too. Someone's hired them doggies to guard their stuff. And ain't no way they ain't got sticky fingers. Well, that's their business, not mine. But the boys, them little punks, those are on the rise. How could a man have guessed? What boys are you talking about? Some whippersnappers used to play around here. We didn't touch the lot, why would we? They are smile fish, tiny fish. A cuff on the nape and the kick in the butt to shoo 'em away from here is enough. But they went on gangin'. Got themselves a real fighting unit and real dogs, snappish too. Getting on our nerves quite a bit. I was patient with them for a while, but now they're trying to get their hands on my goods. That I won't stand. Not for a moment. Enough. Are you going to declare war on them? I'll start with one of them, the cockiest one. Take care of him first. They had this traitor of theirs routed them out to us. The little punk was afraid for his life. But now the pricks turned on everyone. Both them, the lot and us. Poisoned one of my thieves, took the stash and ran off into the steppe. That son of a bitch. We went looking for him, couldn't find him in the dark. And so, would you help us with him? Huh? If you meet him somehow, could you just end him? We'll do you a good back, do you favors and the like. I don't kill for money.
The city boy grabbed too much power for his own good. This ain't gonna end well.
I've decided to look for that dwarf. He ain't no dwarf, he's a dog. Go look for him, but be careful. Them lot are little, but snappish. They'll off you in no time. I have nothing to lose. Okay, so the same thing here. Grief the murderous whelp says that the murderous whelp could be hiding somewhere around here. The filthy little toad and the smugglers. Bad Grief told me to slaughter some doghead boy. He takes me for an outright lowlife. I already know that Notkin is one of our bounds, so we probably do want to listen to him when he says do not kill the doghead if he's with him. But also, it does seem like Barack is like, I'll say I'll kill him, but I won't actually do that. So, And considering our reputation's already ass, like, I don't think killing a kid's gonna help.
What is to be, will be.
Let us camp near the mountain, a suitable place. Let us camp next to the river, a suitable place. How do I get to the warehouse where the boys play? What do you need that for? I just do. Really? Oh, fine. I've got nothing to hide from you. Impossible to hide anything around here anyways. I'll show you the place. It's in the southern part of the warehouses. Just you get past the railroad. Maybe they'll let you in. Thank you. Brief sends some belligerent warehouses, found shelter in this warehouse. Notkin is furious. He wants blood and he's counting on me. Should I help him deal out the justice, or should I wait for him to calm down? Oh yeah, let's check the UI. It's slightly different. It's still the three things, but heart, blood, and bottle.
The city boy grabbed too much power for his own good.
So I am unwelcome here.
This ain't going
How do
in
I
well.
explain that I had nothing to do with it? Hey, old boy, you stirred the town, you have. Heaven knows how many folks you off, they say. But them blockheads weren't after you in the first place. So, you only have to drop a word or two and they'll go around believing it all. They got themselves a new target already. They're after some bitch now, a shapeshifter dire and grim. So everything that's wrong with her doing now, even the wrongs you've done for real. But I'm still a target, ain't I? They'll leave you soon enough, they will. Our lot says there's just one of 'em folks from the station that ain't dead yet. Just one guy to describe your features. He'll die soon enough, too. Crawled to the cemetery already, and there he lies now, all a-bleedin'. Ain't you a tough guy? If he were to die, there'd be no one left to call you murderer. That I can tell you for sure. Where is the cemetery? All around us, the cemetery is. Go wherever you will. Alright, I'll show you. There's a lodge there, a keeper's lost. Ask for a blessed girl, the daughter of the caretaker. May he rest in peace. She'll tell you the who's and the where's, the kind soul that she is. Thank you. I'll consider it. Yep. The last one of the people who ambushed me at the station is lying in the cemetery lodge. This man spread the rumor of a murderer with my description. But I mean, didn't he just tell me that there are people saying that I killed people anyway? Even if I'm not, like, the murderer? Like, that rumor is already being spread around, whether I like it or not.
What is to be, will be.
What's the news in the town? There's a lot of things going on left and right, there are. I've got this feeling we're gonna have a heavy day today. Lots of stuff happening. Depends on what you're looking for. What's your deal? I'm looking for trouble. Oh, well, I've got word there's an ambush at the station again. But it ain't no common folks this time. There's some stronger meat there. Brigands and thugs. Armed, by the way. Want to meet 'em? And good for you. And put you 6 feet under. Really? That's interesting. How long will they be there? I don't know. I didn't send them there. Tried to talk 'em out of it even. So, it ain't my trouble if they come around complaining. You catch my drift? I see what you're getting at. Thank you. Alright. So apparently, there are some criminals over here. I already know that that if we'll get our reputation up if we kill criminals. We only have a knife and our health is already ass. So, but let's go talk to Big Vlad first. Nope, not allowed. Okay. That tracks. You did not see me. I was in front of you. Ah, beans. There was just a delay, I guess. God damn it. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. Okay, that was so rude. Let's see if we can get into Capellas to at least despawn the 3 guys chasing me. Jesus fucking Christ.
This bachelor isn't that smart. Intelligent, yes, but not smart.
You're...
The killer will get to him before he gets to the bottom of this.
You're right. You're right though, Capella. Who are you? Why are you covered in blood? That is just my professional expenses. I am Artemi Barak. So it's you, Artemi Barak, the Haruspex? We have been long waiting for you. I am Victoria. My father is Vladislav Globitsky. My friends call me Capella. Will we be friends? Of course we will. Well, at least I hope so. Do you believe in premonitions? What about precognition? I do. I have a feeling that in less than 2 weeks, our world will collapse and be reborn in a new form. I will have to create new life and sacrifice myself for future's sake. Will you help me with that? I hope that you won't have to sacrifice anything for now.
I used to go out in the night only to be found someplace new in the morning.
Speak with my father first. He lives next door. Can I have a rest here? Of course. Here's a bed. Just lay down and sleep to your heart's content. Thank you, Victoria. Alright. Let's head to Vlad's place first. Oh, locked. Are you Big Vlad, the owner of this house? No. I am but a poor postman, you see, tasked with delivering a letter of utmost importance. Yet, I was told he would only be here at 11. I'll wait next door. Okay, so... let me get inside. So... I have Metadorm... Which one is stronger? 5 ES. Okay, this one actually increases my health more, so let's use the morphine and go to sleep. And then go from there. Alright. So he'll be at 11, so let's do, so it's almost 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's do 12, 4 hours. That's fine. Fully healed, perfecto. On Stock Reuben. Stock Reuben, your childhood friend and the most faithful student of your father, has sworn to kill you, as he learned that you murdered your father, his master, over an inheritance dispute. Beware of this man. He is blinded by fury, despair, desire of vengeance, and self-righteousness. He is very dangerous. Always at your service. Benefactors. Are the benefactors gonna be our powers that be for
The winter comes soon, I hope.
alright, so let's go talk to Vlad. Let's go talk to Vlad. I'm getting hungry, but we'll deal with that later.
Who is this bachelor really after? Can he be an inspector?
I guess I know who stands before me. I know of your tragedy, my boy. I am Vladislav Glumitsky, Boos. You probably don't remember me. I am wholly at your disposal. Somehow, I didn't expect you to be so young. I'm not at all that young. Were you expecting to see a senior person or something? No, but your father was so old. I couldn't shake away the feeling that I am to see his copy. Were you expecting me? I was, for a while. A lady whose intuition can be trusted has told me you were to come any day now. But we'll talk about that later. Well met, Artemi Barak. Yes, that is my name.
Many a mickle makes a muckle. There's no hurry.
Artemi Barak. Yes, Isidor's death is a terrible loss. Terrible. Just like your looks. But please forgive this old man his poor manners. It's hard to me to tell you the death of your beloved father is most likely just the beginning of your misfortunes. Master Barak. Some bastards attacked me as soon as I got off the train. Yes, I've heard. Already. Those bastards, however, weren't looking for the person who got off the train, but rather for one willing to board it. They were after the murderer, you see, the one who's caused a lot of problems already. A lot. They say your father's death is the murderer's doing too. Huh? What? My father has been murdered? There is a theory. A weird death. He was ready for it, though, wasn't he? He did let you know about it beforehand. And then he died precisely that night. Well, the fear's greater than the reason for it, you know. Pray tell, why would anyone examine the evidence now? It is so much easier just to tear apart the troublemaker. You, that is. What do I have to do with the murder? I've only just arrived. The men at the station mistook you for the murderer. Problem is, they're now broadcasting your features to anyone who will listen. You do stand out, you know. And mass hysteria is an excellent environment for rash accusations, coupled with the questionable visions of a certain influential lady. What lady? A well-respected one. Do you remember the Sabarovs? I doubt that. Katerina isn't that much older than you. Katerina, Alexander Sabarov's wife. She has extraordinary talents. Prepognative, dare I say. No one questions them. That much is certain. Did she foresee me coming? Not only that, she foresaw many horrors related to you, but it's all very vague. And you know, compared to my deceased wife, Katerina's talents are, to put it mildly, controversial. But they're enough for commoners to identify you, and... So what, am I a suspect for the whole town? A suspect? No. I wish... It's not a suspicion. There is not a shade of doubt. They're positive it was you, my dear Master Barak. You are being hunted, and until panic sets down, please consider their proof irrefutable. Those who have been left lying by the station are self-explanatory, too. What am I being accused of? First of all, the deaths that you are actually to blame for. It was self-defense, perhaps, but you can't prove that right now. But that's a minor problem anyway. Secondly, the murder of this town's leader, Simon Kine. Now that is more serious. A tangled mess of interests and parties. And thirdly, you've been accused of killing your father, Isidore. Patricide? Killing my father? This is horseshit. It's all one big mess, one big knot. You have to see that. It's not like the mob is looking for two separate murderers, really. The patterns feel similar. The circumstances... And by the way, Isidore and Simon had met the day before. What can I say? One thing leads to another. It's not like they've got the time to reflect upon the situation thoughtfully. They're in a hurry to catch the bad guy, while the bad guy's still here. But I've only just arrived on a switch engine. Pray tell, and who was the engine driver, huh? Don't rack your brains, you won't remember. But I will. The station, after all, is my domain. He won't testify to your alibi, a half-human that he is. Deaf and dumb, too. and nobody knows how long you've been hiding in the town, having secretly arrived. The seer had spoken of it beforehand. I wouldn't wish all this upon my worst enemy. The leader's death has stirred the townsfolk up, and the kinds are also willing to take drastic measures now, and don't want to make those hawks angry. Patricide is a blasphemous crime, and yet you're here to clear those accusations up. As for now, you're an outlaw. How can I help the situation? You have to restore your good name. The townsfolk are simple-minded here, hard-fisted but kind-hearted. Popular choices and deeds can erase and rewrite your past, more than once. No one will remember what you've done before that. Just please refrain from killing. We have a tight community here. Everything happens in the public eye. Somehow, I don't feel like striving for popularity. Those poor creatures in the streets are really not to blame. Don't be too harsh on them. For the first time in many years, they've got a rare opportunity to witness absolute evil. They will come to their senses in due time. Meanwhile, you will need to come into your inheritance, don't you? And that means you need to free yourself from accusations first. Huh? Yes. My word won't be enough. Everyone is squabbling. They'll probably see foul play in this. Here's what I think. The Kinds have commissioned a peculiar man to handle Simon's case, a bachelor of medicine. He'd come a long way here and just in time, too, as though it was meant to be like this. He is the one searching for the murderer for them. So you suggest I meet him? He's quick on the draw, they say. If only you could find him before he finds you. He won't shoot you straight away, perhaps. Meanwhile, I'll be doing everything I can to aid you. It would have been so much better if you could just lay low for a while. But they'll come for you here soon, I'm afraid. All right. I'll speak to the Bachelor. Just wait till the evening, please. Right now he is also confused, so he'll shoot first and ask questions later. And just please do your best not to break more bones. Do not attack random people in the street. Just go easy on them and work on gradually restoring your good name. Also, go see my daughter right now. She's a good girl and she's got something to tell you. I'll take my any well-minded advice. In the wing lies Oglemitsky's daughter, Victoria. Her nickname is Capella. Vlad spoke surprisingly highly of her. Can she help me? Alright. Sailor of Simon, the killer of Isidore. They say I'm a patricide. The whole town has risen against me. Who would agree to talk to me now? Who is going to teach me how to defend myself? Oglemitsky suggests that his children may have some valuable advice. Victoria and Vlad the Younger. Alright. Alright, so that means we shouldn't kill anyone. I mean, we know from the Bachelor route that he's going to go through this whole day and then learn that it was an illness before the end of the day. So that's why we have to wait till evening so that he knows it's an illness and not me. Judging from what... I mean... Because, we shouldn't be killing, but the criminals we can kill with a reputation boost. We know that from Bachelor round. We haven't gotten confirmation of it yet, but we know that. So, alright. Okay.
Who is this Bachelor really after? Can he be an inspector?
Do the members of your family also believe that I'm innocent? Pray forgive me. As firmly as they believe, they're innocent themselves. Can I speak to them? Of course. My daughter lives with me. She's in the next wing. My son, Vladislav Jr., is currently staying in a building on the outskirts of town. He's got some shady business there. I'll give you the address. Perhaps they'll help you in word and deed. I hope so. Here lives Vlad the Younger, Oglemitsky's son. I think his father isn't very happy with him. Still, better get acquainted with him. It's interesting, because with The Bachelor, he was like, don't even go near my son. He's a piece of shit. Die. And then with Haruspex, he's like, I don't like him, but here's his address. Whatever.
Yes?
What do you think I should do now? If the Bachelor finds you before you find him, the consequences. Need I say more? But first, you should find convincing arguments in your favor, so that the two of you can have something to talk about when you finally meet. Me vouching for you won't be enough. But how can that be done? I don't know yet. I wonder what my daughter has to say about it. She's inherited a lot from her mother, you know. She can feel the things that we cannot even imagine. Insubordination is essential. Subordination is essential, true. But the girl is undoubtedly smarter than me. I'll go and talk to your daughter.
No. I won't believe in some earthen killer.
I'm bleeding. Do you have a first aid kit? Ask the servants. Those that haven't scattered, that is. The panic. The panic is so devastating. Better yet, go ask my daughter, little Victoria. She's in the other wing in the house. She'll help you. Thank you. Alright. Now let's go talk to Capella and talk to young Vlad. I'm getting hungry.
What?
You are a victim of a terrible mistake. Yet there is something I want to reveal to you. It will help you re-establish your good reputation. I'll give you a few names. All of them belong to children, but don't judge them by their age. Some of them may be invaluable help to you. Is that so? It is. All of them have been seeing Isidore quite often lately. Maybe some of them can even surmise who the real killer is. And the rest know for a fact that you are innocent. They are bound, and so accusing a person of patricide would be unnatural to them, even if the evidence is obvious. Happy to hear that. They can help you find out how your father spent his last evening. I only know that he went off to the steppe for a long time, and came back very late last night. That is, when the children went to see the old man in secret. What for? Do you know why the relationship with your father has been growing tighter recently? I have no idea. The reason is quite sad. These children's, my friends and faithful aides, are going to die soon. Why? Are they terminally ill? No, but you must believe me. Your father has done so without hesitation, and you know that he was a clever and suspicious man. He kept checking if anything was wrong with the kids every day. That's just how their line of fortune goes. They are more likely to die than they are to live. Did my father know beforehand he would die for the same reason? I don't know. How do you know about it then? Precognition. Not only mine, though. All of us agree on this. So did your father and Simon. It's still so hard for me to speak about them in the past tense. And Maria too, Katerina even. Everyone agrees. Please take care of them like your father did. They must live. Simon and Isidore died, so they must too be on the brink. What can I do for them? Just keep them in mind, and if you ever hold their lines of fortune in your hand, please do not let them go. You are also not a common man, you are your father's son. Is that so? Whatever happens, these people must live. Their fates are bound to mine. They may as well hold the keys to my victory in their hands. Murky, Sticky, Notkin, Grace, Capella, Taya, Tachik, and Khan. Very excited to interact with these guys this time around. Now that they're my bound. Being
I
slandered.
used to go out in the night. Only
Being
to be
slandered
found
is
someplace
terrible
new
and sad.
in the morning.
There is only one way out. Doing good and not doing bad anymore. How do I do that? You know what my mom used to tell me? There is good fortune and bad fortune. When someone is touched by the bad fortune, it jumps on his neck and rides him wherever it pleases, further and further, until he shrugs it off. The further it pushes him, the longer it takes to get back on track. That is nothing new. Perhaps, but the point is that bad fortune will plant misdeeds on your path so that you commit more and more of them. Even something innocent thrown in your path by the bad fortune can turn into a truly evil deed when you are carrying it on your shoulders. So it is on my shoulders already? It is, but it is unlikely you will manage to do a lot of good deeds. But please at least try to stay away from doing bad. I can even tell you where the bad deeds await you today. Do you believe in my precognition? I do. Please tell me. Danger awaits you at the cemetery, at the warehouses, and in the steppe. I don't know what it is, but chances that you will do a lot of evil there. It would be best for you not to go there at all today, and do not listen to the misguided advice that claims otherwise. I'll think about it. Many good people have turned away from you, and the bad ones are drawing closer. Lost in the vacuum, you will be tempted to meet their request. Do not make that mistake. I'll try. Okay. I mean, I'm still gonna go here, but I'm not gonna do anything rash, is essentially.
This bachelor isn't that smart. Intelligent, yes, but not smart. The killer will get to him before he gets to the bottom of this.
Who can I talk to regardless of my reputation? Please heed my words. Khan won't be of any help, however. Sticky is probably hanging around the back streets, and I haven't heard from Taya for a while. Have you by any chance met Grace already, the sweet girl? No. She is the gravedigger's daughter. She lives in a small lodge in the cemetery. Do you know where the cemetery is? It is in Earth, to the southwest of the abattoir. So she believes it wasn't me who killed my father and Simon. She is what? Excuse me. She is a wonderful, enthralling, unearthly creature. She may seem strange, but I've never met a kinder, more honest, generous, and beautiful soul than her. And don't you ever believe anyone saying that she loves the dead more than the living. She is just so lonely. I see. Do you know a boy named Notkin? I do. He is also so very brave, and a faithful friend too. He won't ever care for gossip and slander if he comes to love and respect you. Notkin will always come to your aid and be willing to die by your side, even if the whole world is against you. He would never betray a friend. I'll get to know him. Capella told me my fate was linked to those of these peculiar children. Apparently, they stood beside my father as he was breathing his last. I need to talk to Notkin and Grace about it. I also have to pay another visit to my father's house, since the children seem to have frequented it. Okay. So, we're going to want to talk to Vlad the Younger. Then we're going to want to talk to Notkin again. While we're over here, we'll do this part, and then we'll talk to Grace. We gotta go talk to Isidore. And I'm getting hungry. Ugh.
It's hard.
Okay, so I can't... No first aid kit. Alright, so let's run to... beans. Never any rest. I'm just gonna despawn them just so I can have some time. Yikes. Getting up on the wall. Alright. Alright. It is very funny how we're starting off on such a back foot. Like, the plague hasn't even the plague hasn't even happened yet. You do not see me. I am not here. What time is it? 12 o'clock. Go fuck yourself, man. Can't even do anything around here. I don't even have a moment to even pick up any bottles. Hey Vlad, what's poppin'?
Simon died on his own. That much is certain.
I know who stands before me. You're Artemi Barak, aren't you? How lucky. We are hoping to gain your support. How do you know me? I'm Vlad Oglemitsky. Please don't confuse me for my father, though. You can call me Vlad the Younger. Until I become the eldest, anyway. I hope that won't happen anytime soon. If you respected your father just as much as I respect mine, then I am truly sorry about your loss. We have been expecting you. Thank you.
Don't tell me that's not what you were expecting.
So Isidore left you an inheritance. A questionable stroke of luck, or he wasn't rich, I believe. Downright poor, I'd say, but it has nothing to do with my luck. I didn't mean the money. Knowing your esteemed father, I dare suggest there's something else in his inheritance. It is a Burak legacy, after all. The family's ritualistic tradition implies something more of less material nature. Isn't it? Probably. Speaking of tradition, I've always marveled at your Burak's faithfulness to your duty. It seems to be sacred for all of you, especially when it has to do with debts. Oinen, a wise man, would never allow his dead to have outstanding debts. Okay, so he calls him a wise man. Refers to Bachelor. True. If that ever happens, this warden's kin is stripped of their right to possess secret knowledge. A Haruspex whose conscience is guilty is no longer a Haruspex. That is what I have been told. Exactly. You're not an expert on the local traditions, are you? Even though you come from a native family, you were taken away when you were very young. You seem to know more than I do. How come? I'm just keen on the personal lore. On the local lore, rather. I mean my father's personal circumstances. How do you know what his inheritance contains? A simple analysis leads me to believe that you'll inherit something else, along with priceless knowledge, unique potions, and material possessions, of course. An obligation. A terrible one. What kind of obligation? A risky obligation. A dangerous one. So if I were you, I would think twice before accepting any inheritance. Even though you're in a dire situation, you may find there's a venomous snake in that precious chest. No, I don't believe in avoiding obligations, and I won't ever leave my father's beyond life's doorstep burdened with something I'm afraid to take on. So I thought, you are truly your father's son, and still, this weight could break your back. Do you know something that I don't, Master Vlad? Only that this burden broke your father's back the day before. I don't believe in this man-eater woman, I simply don't. I have heard that he has given an oath he swore on honor of his family. And that means on your honor as well. That's why he had palled upon you, not because he was about to die. Do you know that for sure? No, these are simply my fragmentary observations. I am quite observant, you know. In the following analysis that allows to wrap it up to you in a single logical picture, this is my version of what happened. I commend your principles and courage, but I also feel sorry for you. Think about it. I thank you, but I've already made up my mind already.
The big city guest jumps the gun too much. Not the mystery-solving type, really.
I love how everyone's just like, that city kid. He's not, everyone's just coming like, it's so funny, because he's just like, oh, I'm so smart, I'm Bachelor Dankowski. And then everyone else is like, oh, you hear about that guy? Like, ugh, pulls up my togger. He's a guy, isn't that for sure? It's so funny. Where can I find the tools and resources I need? You're not welcome in shops, are you? There is a way out. Try to get to know Bad Grief. Tell him your name, and I'd be damned if he doesn't treat you with the utmost respect. Who is Bad Grief? You know who Bad Grief is. We met him. Excuse me. The King of Thieves, a smuggler, a counterfeit wiring maker. All in all, an exceptionally graceless specimen. But he does have his own principles, and he can be useful sometimes. And right now, he can be useful to you. Where is he hiding? His lair is at the northern warehouses. You be careful there, though. It's a bandit's domain after all. I can hold my own. Alright. I don't think Bad Grief has any food, but there has to be a way for me to get something. Alright, so now let us head to Grief just to see if we can buy some food from him. That's like all I want right now. I'm just gonna go around this way. You do not see me. I am not here. Okay. Ay, 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 ay. I am I am so glad I started with the Bachelor route first. No, 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 no. Ugh. This always happens to me. Dancing?
Yeah, I sleep when I'm dead.
Okay. Let's see what you got for sale. Any food, any food. No, useless. Useless to me. All I want is some food. Hey! I don't have anything for you, sorry. Yeah, hopefully I can get my reputation high enough so I can at least, like, dig around in trash cans, because then I'll be, like, pretty okay. Comparatively, but... At least these guys aren't after my back. Yay, 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 yay.
Where's my cat again? I hope he doesn't escape.
Notkin, tell me please, did you see Isidore Barak, my father, yesterday? Whoa, so that's whom I have the honor. My apologies, sir, I had no idea. I thought you were a random tramp. So you already know he's been murdered, right? I do. Do you know how? Well, people are saying a demon of the steppe killed him. A shabnak. A man-eater made of bones, you know? The thing is, her claw was stuck in his chest when they found him. Well, not necessarily hers, but it was a monster's claw. Or a fang. A bone, anyway. What? What monster? A huge one. Claw the size of a man's elbow. A crooked bone snapped at its base. The rumor flew right away that a man-eater from Scary Stories, the Shabnak Adir, had come out of the steppe to punish us. When was the last time you saw him? The lads told... Sorry, I'm like rustling. Worst time to do that. The lads told me he'd returned from the steppe, so I went to visit him. He'd spent many days in the steppe this time, you know? I thought he might tell me something about the bulls. So I went there, but all I saw was smoke, and the stench was of someone burning a blanket. The lights were on, but he wasn't there. He went to Simon. Came back almost at dawn and chased me off. Chased you off? Stomping his feet, even. Don't you even come close to me, he said. It was weird. He'd always been a kind old man. I thought maybe I'd done something wrong, and right after this Leica bastard caused all that mess. So I had to go back. I only heard about the claw in the morning. Hadn't seen it myself. Are my nails really that long? Yeah, I've heard. You've been falsely accused. People have been told to go catch Simon's murderer at the station. That was before the claw. Isidore hadn't been found yet. Then they declared there was one murderer. Simon had been killed by the Shabnak. Fine tango, this whole business. Thank you, Nutkin.
That big city doctor is no wimp. A dangerous type.
Dangerous. Well, actually, yeah, as everyone else is like, yeah, he's kind of stupid. But then he's like, he's a little dangerous, which I was holding that rifle. I felt so cool. He is dangerous. Has anyone come around looking for me? Oh, yes, there's been this smart aleck. A pushy guy spoke through his teeth. If I catch this murderer, he said, I'll squeeze out his blood drop by drop till he's destroyed, since he's destroyed my whole life's happiness. Remarkable guy, not to be messed with. Is he dangerous? Drop by drop, you say? That's what he said. I'm not saying anything. We said there had been no one like that around. We didn't know anything about the murderer. I'll go to the thieves then, he said. They'll be glad to trade his head in for some shiny coin. What else did he say? Said he wasn't afraid. I know he's keen on tearing people to tatters, he said, but he'll have a different sort of conversation with me. Turned up the flap of his cloak, and there was a revolver underneath. I see. Thank you. Oh, he's so funny. Grief, the head of the smugglers, is running. Too many ends, man. Running illegal trade. Notkin said some sullen-looking man is after me. He could have made a deal with Grief. I wonder what they're planning. Alright, so let's go back to Grief again. Wrong order, I guess. Should have gone to Grief first. Too late. Oh boy, like I'm already having to like spam the save button. Yeah, the perspective is just me at a certain height. Cause Artemi is much taller than Dankovsky. Well, not much taller. He is taller though.
He who loans a minute owes a year in interest.
Has anyone been asking around me here? Yeah, one big cheese duck came by, an outsider. If he stays here, maybe I should make friends with him. He'd make a good replacement for old Isidore, but he'll leave for sure. He went looking for you, he did, and all in a fury about it too. In a fury and in a hurry. What did he say? He said he'd kill you. A dangerous bloke he is. A fop if I've ever seen one, but there's something in his eye. I wouldn't cross him even with them fists of yours. Be careful, mate. He's got himself hard fists too, that bloke. Now look for him. What if he finds you before you find him? That's unlikely. Well, if you ain't afraid of him, then I'll tell you where to find the guy. He ain't no fool, that bloke. Got all warm and cozy at a sweet lady's place. There's one Ava in the town, up there in the stone yard. Maybe you could get your hands on him there. Hope he doesn't off you. He doesn't have what it takes to kill me. Some Bachelor Dankovskys arrived from the capital. He quickly set about looking for the person who killed my father and Simon, and he thinks that person is me. And I mean, Vlad told us to wait until the evening, so because we need to find evidence first. So before talking to him, because I mean we know Bachelor is going to get some evidence one way or another. But what we're gonna do is start by let's head to the steppe. We're not going to kill anybody. Because our reputation is already ass, and we don't need it to be lower, to be honest with you. Also, I did look it up. There isn't a warehouse full of meat. People think it is referring to maybe cut content. Which, a bummer. Because I was like really hoping to find some, but, you know, as it goes. Can't always win. But we'll get some meat later. Oh yeah. Yeah, hopefully by the end of this day we can get some of our reputation up at least, and let's go over here first. Oh, okay, he's a doghead, so no killing. Who are ya? What's your business here? Gathering fire, are ya? I came for you, little doggy. Oh, really? You're in cahoots with them too, then? No way. So who sent you? Someone's very unhappy with you. They want more blood. Are they nuts? Why are they bullying me? So I did some snooping here and there. So what? So I did some double agenting. Ugh, I'm done. I don't want to rat out souls in the halves of the thieves. I don't want to rat out the souls in the halves. I'm the only sensible person around here. Why do I want you dead? This is your last chance. I don't like traitors. That's nothing. That's nothing at all. I took something. It's common property, right? So it's mine too. They'd have slang banged over the schmouter anyway. So you say I did him a favor. So I hit the doggy. True, but in self-defense, nothing more. One's right to defend himself is sacred. Right? Yes. Can't argue with you here. Have mercy on me, good man. You say his life will be rewarded. I just can't tell you what they want me dead for. It would make me feel real bad, but I won't do it anymore. Alright, get out of here. Like, I'm not killing a child. Oh, that brought my reputation! Yeah, I'm not killing a child. Oh. I didn't know there were both. Hey! It's probably because it's before the outbreak, so they're still outside. Or I've never actually been out here with Bankowski. Okay, cool. So I got some reputation up from that. Nice! Thank you, Capella, for warning me not to kill any children. Yeah. They're telling me not to kill anymore. So I shouldn't. Even though, like, apparently there are some, like, criminals over here that I can kill. And I know that I can get a reputation up, at least on Dinkovsky's end. I'll make a save before going there. Let me just see what I can do. But I'll first focus on these quests, and then, if I have the time. Damn, I did that with my fists.
No. Changeling doesn't look like a creature made of bones and clay.
You look like a person whose heart is burdened with the weight of a great, sorrowful loss. What's your name? My name is Artemi Barak. My name is Grace. I look after the dead. A lovely name.
The grave diggers have scattered. Or are they?
Why have you come? Who is this? Don't finish him off, please. This is the man who tried to kill you. One of those who assaulted you at the station. He says it was you who crippled him. He will die soon enough anyway. He's got so little blood left. Will you let him be? Really? Should I maybe tend to his wounds and sing him a lullaby? Would you want to? Oh, that's wonderful. He's lost a lot of blood, see. He needs more. I'd share mine with him, but it's poisoned. And I've got too little of it too, so I can't give mine away. Is there anyone here that can perform a blood transfusion? I've heard of a terrible man trading in blood at the Stoneyard. He's an Ursur, but he takes blood too. He has the skills. Want me to show you where he lives? Okay, have it your way. I'll pay him a visit. The survivor. The last of the men who laid the ambush for me is dying inside the cemetery gatehouse. If he survives, he may help to clear my name. I will require some blood, though, which may be supplied by the hunchback that lives in the Stoneyard.
No. Changeling doesn't look.
I'm looking
like a
forward to seeing a
creature
bunch
made
of new
bones
guests oh so
and
soon.
clay.
One of them I will put by the wall. 3 more over the hill. Space is aplenty on the far side. There isn't space for a single man here, yet let alone more. Alright. We need to come up here, and we can probably talk to Sticky while we're there, but we'll be running into a lot of people on the way, so I'm going to hold on that. We've done this. We'll come back this way, and we'll talk to Nutkin just to see if there's anything new now that we've done that. And then we'll run to the Stoneyard. The problem is that's over the river. We could probably walk through the swamp and over here. No, but there's walls. Oh, no, we could walk through there, maybe. The problem is like I want to remain away from people. What time is it? 1300. I have the time. I have the time.
my legs.
I met your traitor. So what did you think of him? A coward. Exactly. So what did you do to him? I let him go. Ugh, what kind of ripper does that? Where did you get the idea that I'm a ripper? Well, never mind then. Perhaps you did the right thing. I feel better now. I was so angry I couldn't breathe. You were right not to kill him. Did you at least give him a good thrashing, Dodd? You told me not to hurt dogs. He partially fit the description. Oh, I got more reputation up from that. Compassion might be more sincere emotion than a human being is capable of. Might be the most sincere as a human people. In my case, it's also of practical use. Killing would have gone a long way to support my new reputation, but I chose to leave the target alive. I am not a murderer. Yay, reputation up! Okay. Alright, slowly and surely. I wonder how high it needs to be for people not to want to beat my ass. You good, man?
That doctor is quick on the draw, eh? Shot someone already. I can spot a jailbird a mile away.
Oh, huh. I found the runt. And I let him go. That ain't good. Got too soft a heart or something? Soft. Well, can't blame ya. Too hard of a bone structure? You watch it. I'll break them in no time. Oh, wow! Oh. Don't mind me. Cool. Okay, I get a reputation up from the both of them from doing that. Okay. Alright. I'm just curious. Oh! Okay! Okay, it's high enough that I won't get assaulted on the streets! Oh, lovely! Lovely! Word has gone around, I do not murder children. Oh. Hell yeah. Alright, so now let's start digging through trash cans. Rock and roll. And maybe we can actually buy some food, because I think we'll now be allowed in, I mean, he's not a murderer. He didn't just kill a child. Oh, lovely. Oh my goodness. Alright, cool. So that wasn't as hard as I was expecting. Alright. Alright, so let us head up here. Let's dig through some trash cans, because there's always a lot in the park, and you can get a lot of stuff from them. Oh my god. Alright, so, you know, video games are easy. Don't anyone tell you otherwise. Not the right door? No. Is it this door? And now I'm allowed in the store. Get lost! You won't be sold a thing here. Why in the world? I've heard nasty things about you. Shoo! Go away! Alright, I'll be back when I restore my public image. Okay, well I guess it's high enough not to get assaulted on the street, but not high enough to buy things at the store. Man, I just want food. And I'm like willing to pay for it. As it goes. Alright. Hopefully before the day is over I can buy some food. You know, that's not too bad. Alright. Worse things have happened. Oh, nice. Wow, that's startling. What's wrong with you? Alright, I don't need bullets yet. Alright. Oh my goodness. Alright, nice. Alright, that actually makes things a little easier too. So now I can head... Oh, now I can just walk through town. I'm gonna talk to the Bachelor, tell him I don't kill kids. And he'll be like, I will think. Let me think upon this. Maybe you are not a murderer. Matador, painkiller king. Let's get both, because we might need that. Hi, Lou. Okay, nothing for you, but that's fine. I gotta dig through the trash. It's very funny to be playing this game. And not have to worry about infected districts. I know that's just like a day one thing, but okay, so I'm gonna wait till the evening before talking to going there, and I can talk to people there when I get there. There's always good stuff in these trash cans over here. And still I haven't been absolved, so I shouldn't talk to the Kinds. So we'll hold on talking to them for right now. I will loot him. Ah, yes, some food. Alright. Not enough, but a little is better than nothing, that's for sure. Maybe I can get lucky and find something else here, too. I think before I got lucky and found some, like, fish or something. Let's grab that, we're gonna want that. Alright. Oh, and we should go by Nina's grave and see if there's anything there for me to loot. Don't mind me, I'm just looting your house. Not as lucky this time around. Oh, well, I'm not going to complain about some biscuits. Okay, I can trade with some kids. I have some organs, so maybe this guy could trade me something fun and nice. Hey! Your face looks familiar. I resemble my father is all. What do you need, you parasite? They say you got donated blood. Nope, allow me to enlighten you. Blood can't be preserved outside of a living organism. Someone is wounded and needs blood. Sure. I here to give some of your own. I'll pack it for you. Well, that's why I came here. Oh. I struggle to imagine how a blood transfusion could be done under these circumstances. Nevertheless, Grace, the daughter of the cemetery keeper, says she is more than capable of performing the procedure if I bring her the blood. Do you have anything else for me? I brought some organs. Check out if there's anyone following me. Okay. How much is... Each one is 1. So it's 4. Okay. Sorry, I'm just checking here. So I have my own blood. Okay. Cool, so let's trade. Okay, I'm just gonna keep the rest for now. Just in case. Okay, good to know. I can get some stuff from him with those organs. Oh. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, cool. Before heading out of here, I'm gonna dig through some more trash cans. And then, so we'll go to Grace. Oh, we gotta go to Isidor's house as well.
What's wrong with you?
Here I brought the blood, even though it cost me quite a lot. You've done a very good deed. I'll do my best to tell everyone about it. Will they listen, though? Wow, blood transfusions move quick around here.
They don't trust me. Like I don't know.
That was a close one, mate. Why didn't you finish me off? I did it for myself, not for you. The words of an honest man. How can I repay you? Like, do you need something of mine? Give me your knife. You won't need it anymore.
They don't.
Cool. So now I have another knife as well, which will be useful. Alright. Okay. So, let me make a save. Now my reputation is good enough for me to do things. Awesome. Love that. So yeah, so next time, we will buy some food so we can eat. We'll go up to Isidor's house and talk to Sticky, maybe. Now that we're no longer being chased, and see what's going on up there. I do know that the Subarov does have some guards, patrolmen around Isidor's house. And then I'll see how I feel about hunting some criminals. I know they're like, do not kill, but, I don't know. I like killing sometimes. I think it's, I get a lot of stuff from it. So, and now that I'm no longer being chased by, like, regular NPCs. Hopefully that'll make things easier a bit too, but alright. So let me make a save. Alright, so that's it for this episode of Pathologic. Started the Haruspex route! Yay! And we got ourselves out of a bad reputation already, so we can finally kind of get the ball rolling. It was actually a lot easier to get the reputation up than I was expecting. You know, I think it helps because it's like Grief was like, kill that kid. And then Notkin was like, kill that kid, but not if he's a dog head. And I'm like, okay. And then he was wearing a dog head, so it was like, I'm not killing him. And then Capella was also like, please don't kill anyone in the steppe. Please, oh my god. Oh my god, bad things will happen. And I didn't. And now look at me. I'm like a changed man. But yeah, so that's it for this. Next time we'll probably finish day 1. And honestly, we'll probably roll into day 2. Now that I kind of understand, I already know the kind of gameplay of the game, so I imagine that that'll help quite a bit. So that I don't have to struggle as much in the game, like I did on day 1 of Bachelor. I mean, admittedly, he was also doing a lot more running around than we are. We're kind of forced to one part of the map because a lot of people think we killed our dad. So, alright. But yeah, so, well, we'll continue the ball, and then everything will get worse, as it always does. And we'll talk to Dankovsky next time too, I think. And maybe Ava too. You know, we'll see. Alright. Hope you all have a great one, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!